I'm not real thrilled with the name, the Fenris Rangers. It sounds like a Saturday morning kids cartoon, but so be it. The Fenris Rangers.
Fenris Rangers!
Mighty Orbots unite! Form a Fenris Ranger! Hey, Internet. It's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. We are here talking about Picard, Season 1, Episode 4, Absolute Candor. That's what we'll be doing today.
You're right.
With absolute candor.
Yeah, no, now we're not going to hold back.
No filter. Damn it. Okay, no, whatever.
I don't know if I like this show.
You are using absolute candor, sir. This episode starts with a flashback 14 years ago, ends with 7 of 9 making an appearance. That's our window of chattage. Okay. So, flashback, interesting, filling in these gaps, right? Maybe
yes.
We'll probably get more of these.
Sure, more gap fillers.
Yeah. Like, what else happened 14 years ago?
Yes.
So here we've got this place, Vashti. It seems like it's supposed to be a temporary relocation facility area for Romulans. Oh, supernova's going to happen. We're going to get you to safety. On the way, we're going to take you to this place as like a holding area.
Sure.
And then eventually we'll take you elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's the idea. Everybody's happy there.
Sure,
Seems like a good place.
Well,
actually, I'm like, why not just stay?
Yeah, really. That's
which
what
they end up doing.
Yes. Yes.
We'll talk about that. But for all of the, modern day, everybody's unhappy there.
Yes.
Like, it's still it looks like a reasonable place. Still got the trees.
Yeah.
Still a pretty idyllic place. Whatever.
Yeah, well, it starts off like, oh, look at that. They're playing some sort of board game, in the streets. It's not that bad looking. And I feel like, maybe they're drinking a little more when they come back.
Well, they have that
but
whole,
it's still
the Romulan rebirth
movement.
thing. So they're more like, the racists are there, so they're making the place crappy. Romulans only.
Yes, right.
At our outdoor cafe.
Yeah.
Like, jeez, guys.
Did we see any other race there?
Well, maybe it's because it is this Romulans only thing. People who aren't Romulan are like, all right, well, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I guess for anybody who goes, do, I think I'll beam down. Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah. Beam me back up.
Right.
Because if you're on that planet, I wonder if this place is okay. You get as far as that. No, Romulans only. Oh, shit.
Well, hang on. Oh, I'll just slap on some fake ears,
yeah.
And I'll just make my eye. I'll keep that arched, surprised expression the whole time. Yeah, I'm good. I'm disguised.
All through the course of Star Trek history, whenever someone was surgically altering themselves so they can pretend to be another race, it would be like the afternoon. It'd be like an hour. Okay, well, we set these guys up. They're ready to go.
You're right. It is kind of the equivalent of put some prosthetics on.
Yeah.
So, Picard, 14 years ago, shows up. He's checking in on these relocated folks to say, hey, there's more of this going to happen.
Yep.
We got ships being built.
We do.
It's going to be great. And you got my word. This is all going to work out just fine. He's wearing like our man in Panama outfit. I don't know. It's like he's refusing to wear the Star Trek
refusing?
Uniform. Well, I don't know. He's refusing. But
yeah, you don't
he's
know.
not wearing it. Why is he wearing it?
No.
He's acting on behalf of the Federation.
Right, sure, yeah.
It's not like he's like, I have a privately funded thing that I'm. He's like, no, I'm here as an admiral. True. But screw the costume.
Maybe that's a Little Scene Admiral's uniform.
Oh, is that it? Okay, it's our Admiral Casual.
Because they do have a different Starfleet uniform than we've seen in that era. So
yeah, it's not that one.
No, but most of them.
My floppy hat tells me I'm an admiral. But, okay. Anyway, it's just an interesting look because what it's told me was, it suggested to me was, hi, I'm well-dressed elite guy coming down to dispense wisdom to you lesser folk. So he shows up, promises good things. That's one of the things we know about these warrior nuns. I'm forgetting how you pronounce their name.
Me too.
Kawat Malat.
Oh, yeah, that sounds very good.
They're like, you don't make promises.
No.
Promises are little prisons.
That's right.
Don't do it.
I mean, you'd think that people who have this thing against lying wouldn't necessarily have a problem with promise. I guess it was like, oh, you said it. You shouldn't really make a promise because we don't lie. So.
Right. Once you say it, too bad. Now you're stuck.
That's right.
So.
And one thing they're supposed to be doing is pledging. And even if it's only last-ditch cause or whatever. You know, it's like, I have pledged myself to you. I mean, that's a promise.
That's certainly a promise. I know. So I think that's kind of their like.
If you're doing it, you better be serious.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And you don't make like 8 pledges. You make like 1.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it's like, here's some food. No, stop that. Don't promise that. No. Okay.
Yeah, they're really bad with contracts.
Yeah.
I made no such promise. So one of the refugees is little Elnor.
Yes.
He's a little kid, and there's nowhere to put him yet.
No.
And so
Little Elfinor.
They had to call him Elnor, and he's an elf.
They had to.
I mean, he's an elf.
They had to.
I know you're not a big Lord of the Rings guy,
I'm
but
not.
he is. They have melded Lord of the Rings and Star Trek. That's what they're doing here, baby.
That's what my Candor was about.
Yeah. Okay.
It was all about, what is with this show? What's going on? I don't like this.
Obviously when they brought up that plot point that it's the Borg are all drawn to this particular ring that they have to go get.
Well, I was noticing in this ready room there, they had the little
did they?
The necklace with the rings. And,
yeah. That's true. Good point. Yeah. They actually have rings in there.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Perfect.
Hey, what
this
the hell
is
is
getting
going
better
on?
and better all the time. Whee! Okay. So Elnor, he's a dude, but the warrior nuns are like, even though we have like it's an all-female religious institution.
Yes,
We
violent
will
nuns.
accept this kid for now,
right.
Temporarily.
Sure.
We assume you, Picard, are coming back. You're going to take this kid off our hands.
That's right.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't do that.
Also, I like the moment with they showed the example of the absolute candor, where she's like, "You don't like kids."
Yes.
In front of the kid, the kid's like,
yes.
"Oh, my feelings are hurt."
Yes. He's like, "Oh, he's learned." Yeah. I'm not going to disguise it. My feelings are hurt.
Which plays into Picard was never really comfortable around kids back in the old show. Although I would say it's interesting because what I always saw from the Next Generation series was that Wesley Crusher was kind of like his son in a way, right? Over time. At first he was like, ugh. But over time, I felt like he was like the mentor father figure, correct, to Wesley. Now it seems to be saying, you can't be a father figure to 2 people, but he's like, Elnor is his kind of the son he never had.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting out of this. No? Or grandson, grandson he never had. It's Wesley Crusher's son. No, okay. They show him lonely on his vineyard.
Sure.
Now he comes here and he's got like this, there was this kid that I used to fence with and give books to.
Right.
And now I'm reunited with him.
Right. Yeah, sure. I mean, to me, why? I mean, if you don't like kids, I mean, why are you doing all this crap?
He made a promise.
And it just amused me, the whole, like, here are the 3 Musketeers by Alexander Dumas. It's like, okay, corny old dude. I mean,
Well, it obviously took effect.
Yes.
Right, the guy's like, I'm doing the sword thing. Just like Papa Picard told me. I assume that the warrior nuns also use swords, but...
right, I mean...
Maybe they all use something else.
They're
like, we use maces. No, swords!
I think they've stated that they train them in not just swords.
Not just swords? Oh, okay.
I think that, I think that's the whole point. Like, are you ready for battle? You shouldn't only be like, oh, no swords? Oh, well.
I'm out.
Like, how much training is that going to take?
Under a very specific set of circumstances and rules, yes, I'm ready for battle. Assuming my opponent is also fighting under those exact same rules.
And you'd think,
yes.
It's the future, Are you going to make a sword that's just a sword?
I know. I mean, freaking lightsabers, man. We need another crossover. We need to cross over with Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Because that sword, to the show's credit, it does have a line at the very end after he just cut the guy's head off, when guys whose heads has been cut off, his friends say, "Oh, your sword is nothing compared to a disruptor."
Yes.
And they're about to shoot him when they teleport away. So yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wait, you trained all this time with a sword in the future? Well,
but it's not like it's just him.
Right.
The guy's like, oh, you're going to take a sword. That's what we do on this planet.
I was noting that too when he was at the Romulans only bar, and there's a couple of guys wearing swords.
Yeah.
And then the one in particular who's upset with him is like, you take it. I'm like, what?
They've forgotten that they had disruptors, apparently. Or maybe because of his the guy,
Can we
he's
use
like,
pistols?
no,
Something?
we only use swords. And so when he died, they're like, good, now we can use a disruptor.
The sword guy's gone. Yeah, we can actually catch up with the times.
Yeah, it's like, phew. I mean, thank you for killing him because we wanted to use our disruptors, but in honor of our dead friend, we will use disruptors.
You know, the Three Musketeers is not actually like a documentary on a way of life. It's just a book. We can move on from that.
Yeah, it's like that Star Trek episode with the mobsters and everything. Like, oh, they left some book where everybody read about Alexander Dumas book. Everybody read it like, oh, this is great.
Or what was it? Why am I forgetting the name of the movie?
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. In Galaxy Quest, it was like, oh, we watched the movies.
Yeah.
Now we assume that's what reality is.
Yeah.
They bring swords suddenly show up
To a
and are
gunfight.
important. Yes. Brings a knife to a gunfight. So, Elnor grows up with the nuns, gets really good at fighting with swords.
Yes.
Hates
Picard.
Picard.
Unless his life is threatened.
Right. The old man. So Picard has, obviously they were going to Free Cloud at the end of last episode. We're headed off to Maddox.
Yep.
We're going to solve this problem. On the way, Picard's like, nope, wait, we need a bodyguard.
No, he does.
I mean, he says it, but I'm like,
He
really?
does.
But I think the real reason is what he says
Yes,
later,
no.
which is, I'm not going to be passing by this way again.
That's right.
I need to make amends.
Yeah.
So he decides to stop at Vashti, but Vashti is no longer happy Vashti.
No.
It's in a part of the sector
It's
where
not protected by those raiders anymore.
there's a pirate going around who's got an antique bird of prey.
Yes.
So they got to bring in an old style ship. I like that. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of reminded me of Mandalorian when they captured an old walker. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Being used for different purposes.
Yes.
Vashti now more dangerous. He's advised against it. Picard's like, no, I'm dying. I'm gonna go and make good on a promise that I said I'd come back, and damn it, I'm back. So he comes back. The warrior nuns actually do welcome him.
Sure.
I was kind of waiting for everybody hates Picard.
Not everybody.
I was like, are they gonna hate Picard?
Yeah, no.
And they're like, oh,
No.
you came back.
They're used to being, people being Candor. They didn't think you should promise anyway. They're
Right.
probably like, stop promising to come back. Yeah. That's a prison.
That's a prison of words. So he comes back. Now Elnor, he's a dude now. He's all grown up. Fighter guy, one of their best fighters. But they only, they pledge themselves to what we find out to be is lost causes.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, what is that? St. Jude?
Oh, patron saint of lost causes?
Yeah, I just remember that from the...
Untouchables?
Yep. Patron saint of cops and
Yeah,
lost causes. So they need a St. Jude, and they get Elnor.
Yeah.
While down there, Elnor's like, hey, you abandoned me. You left me, and boo you.
Yeah.
Picard goes to this Romulan's only bar,
Yep.
takes down the sign, starts a conflict.
Right.
It's the duel. He refuses to fight in the duel.
He does.
He's like, no.
But this
is
guy's
dumb.
like, you're going to take it.
And he
you're
drops
gonna
the
do it
sword anyway.
Yep.
And then there's the Elnor shows up to say the line, choose to live.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be a mantra for him.
Yeah.
I think it's this thing he says before he chops people's heads off.
Yeah, and perhaps if they were in Old Town Chicago, they'd say, put one of ours in the hospital, take one of theirs to the morgue.
I have spoken. So here's a little prediction for you. It's not really so much a theory. It's just a little.
Somebody gonna mat? What happened?
Not matting a thing, but just.
What happened?
Choose to live is going, since we've got this scenario where Elnor's mentor, Picard, is dying.
Yes.
At some point, he's going to tell Picard, choose to live. There'll be some moment where that's meaningful in that way. Like, choose to live.
Okay. You're not going to say it to...
he's not going to cut off Picard's head.
You're not going to say it to that ship captain guy?
Rios?
Yeah, Rios.
Oh, Rios is just dead. He was reading the book again, and he was describing it. How yes, our lives are all wrapped.
Now, don't you see though that it's like, I mean, can't you imagine? It's like, oh, he's dead, but all his little, his little things are still alive.
That's something we found out was the hologram. It's not one hologram. he has a series of emergency holograms. So there's the medical one.
Yeah,
there's a hospitality.
He hates
one.
that one.
He hates the hospitality one because he's too nice. I think he sees him as superficial nice.
He probably doesn't appreciate death as much as.
There's the emergency tactical one.
Yes.
And then there was the Irish one. I don't remember what the leprechaun was.
Yeah, probably the engineer.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't go faster.
Oh, yeah, right. Good point. So anyway, so it's a series of them, and yeah, right. I could just totally imagine the real guy dies, and they just have his versions of him. The ship is actually, it's the.
And the best thing would be like if somebody like let's wake up and like, wait, where the special? Oh, I just changed the programming. No reason to keep that guy around.
Yeah, that guy. It's pretty maudlin to have a dude who's dead walking around. Just change it to one of us.
Yeah, like upgrades, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, we'll just have Rafi walking around. That's fine. There we go. So the ship is called the La Sirena. Like a siren, as though creature of the sea that lures sailors to their deaths.
Like the Odyssey.
Like the Odyssey. Plus, I guess it's also, comparing spaceships to sailing ships. Again, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Like, I'm on the seas.
Yes, raise those sails.
Yeah, the solar sails. While Picard is occupied down on the planet, that bird of prey that they name dropped earlier in this episode.
Yeah, watch out.
Boop, 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 comes around. Because, I think it's because.
Why?
Picard blowing up on the comms.
Oh, could be that.
Picard shows up on this planet, and suddenly social media, the version of social media,
yes.
and there starts going, and they're like reading it, and they're like, oh, check it out. Oh, it's Instagram. That's cool.
Yeah. Look at that. Look what Picard's eating. Oh,
yeah. Oh, they did a meme. Old man Picard. Yeah. Oh, nah. That brings this, overlord of the area to show up in his ship. We also know that the planet is well protected by a series of drones. If you come into their web, they'll blow you up, basically.
Yep, boom.
And so the ship, the La Sirena, is trapped in a way between this planet, force field of drones, and this bird of prey. So like, a little extra danger. They're in trouble. Bad times seem to be ahead. However, third ship shows up.
Yep, third ship.
And it's one of these. I'm not real thrilled with the name, the Fenris Rangers. It sounds like a Saturday morning kids cartoon, but so be it. The Fenris Rangers.
Fenris Rangers.
Mighty Orbots unite. Form a Fenris Ranger. The ship helps them, but in the process gets shot and is going to blow up. They teleport the pilot at the last second back to their ship. That pilot is 7 of 9.
Yes.
Picard says who it is. Like, 7 of 9. She says, Picard, you owe me a ship. Passes out. They know each other, but I don't think they've met up.
Yeah, yet. I don't think. We'll find out.
They know each other's reputation.
Sure. Right.
Also, I did check IMDb, and 7 of 9 is listed as being in 6 episodes. Since this is episode 4,
yes,
it suggests that she's actually going to be part of the crew.
It does suggest.
And not just like, well, now that that's done, I don't like you, Picard. I'm out.
I wonder if that's, where it's going to be at the end of the season, though, Okay, the season's over. Now I'm out.
Yeah, right. Is she a series regular or a season regular?
Yeah. My guess would be season.
Oh, something I found interesting from the Ready Room, we talked about that last week. Our Wesley Crusher is, Will Wheaton is doing these Ready Rooms, kind of the official thing. And one of the things in talking with, this time was with Rios, so our pilot. And they were talking about the fact that they bring in some guy, they name dropped a guy, I don't know his name, but they have a how to react on the bridge to fire and stuff. Right, so they have a 1 to 10 range. So like, this blast is a 1. So you're like, but this is a 4. So you're like, God, whatever.
Okay, anyway, interesting.
So, all right, this is a 10. God. Anyway, that's where you hurt yourself.
Oh, wow.
So I think there were a lot of 1s and 2s, if I had to guess, in this one.
Interesting.
They were jostled.
Well, yes, they certainly hit a lot, and it wasn't killing them.
Right. Agnes, has this conversation with Rios where she's like, space, I didn't realize it was so boring.
Sure.
He describes this very depressing philosophy he's reading, and she's like, "Oh, that's not a conversation killer." But also based on a scene, we see a clip from next week. Seems like she was flirting with him a little bit in this clip.
Could be.
So I'm thinking maybe they're trying to start some kind of a
So
relationship.
then, would somebody to cry over him when he dies?
Correct. Or she's going to be the one who turns on him, because I still think she might be a spy. And then dagger to the heart, to the back.
It's like,
Whatever.
yeah,
Make
like,
that a 10. 10! 10!
Then, like, one of the only romantic relationships we see in this show. We see two.
Yeah, that's right. The other one
no,
is
I'm sorry, the third
terrible.
one ended on the first episode. So
Yeah, good point. And then Narak and Soji is a very healthy, non-dysfunctional relationship.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. No, okay, good point. They need an example of a good relationship. You're saying.
Well, no, I'm just saying if that's what they're doing, then
Yeah.
boy, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sold that she's the spy
Me
/
neither.
robot, but it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
I grant you, it's possible. She's certainly different.
Yeah. On the cube, the artifact,
Yes.
Soji is watching video of that Ramda person.
Who was on a talk show? I didn't get that the first time I watched.
Yeah, right. It was kind of like, what? Oh, this is just like her therapy session being taped. Or
Yeah, but I guess before she was, she looked together. So
Yeah, she wasn't
presumably
Borg.
before she had been Borged.
Correct. So yeah, she was talking about this destroyer idea before she got Borged.
Yeah.
Pre-Borg. The destroyer is somebody who like unleashes the demons
Yeah,
from their
right,
chains. I
yeah.
think something like that.
Yes.
If I had to guess, the chained demons I would think would be robots.
Yeah, I would guess.
So it's somebody
Sure.
who frees the robots to, kill their oppressors.
Sure, of course.
Kind of Westworldy.
Yep.
Dolores.
Yes.
So Soji is Dolores.
Yes.
Be the.
Yes. Combined with a homicidal gunslinger.
Correct. So she's doing that research. Narak is still, interested in her. She's still like baffled at how he can just get around the ship and doesn't seem to actually have like a rank
Yes.
or anything. He's like, don't worry about it.
And his plan apparently is just to subtly suggest that she's not who she thinks she is.
Correct. So we hear later when he's talking to his sister in their creepy like Jamie Cersei relationship.
Yes.
That he's trying to push her into, oh wait, who am I? Without doing it too fast and then triggering her.
Yeah.
And so she'll kill everybody.
Yep.
And so one of the ways he does that is we'll talk about the worst scene in this episode, but after that scene happens, he brings up the fact that, oh yeah, you said you came in on this particular ship. Guess what? You weren't on that ship.
Yeah. No record of that.
Like,
No,
what
no,
are you
no.
talking about? I was on that. Nope. Anyway, bye. It's
Well,
like,
no, it's like, unless you think I'm a liar,
yeah.
there's your chance to make a joke out of it. Oh, you're not making a joke? Fuck you then.
yeah. Then she walks off. So the terrible scene is hey, let me show you a Borg tradition. She's like, I didn't know Borgs had traditions or rituals. He's like, oh yeah, no, they do.
It's Borg ritual.
They don't. But so the ritual supposedly.
Well, the ritual they have is like plugging in.
Yeah,
I
they
think.
plug in. They walk like zombies. I can imagine like all right, it's the 100-meter dash.
Well, yeah.
All right, the winner, all of us, because we're all one. Yay, the Borg win. So this is look, the ventilation hallway is icy or something. It's slippery. Due to the steam, I guess? I don't know what. Anyway,
It's probably just
it's colder there. So it's like, whoop.
Or
Icy.
that it's just the material on the floor, Maybe
Well, I mean, I assume that floor in particular is different than
Yeah.
the hallway next to
Right.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
but I'm
somehow
saying
makes
it
slippery.
might be some different sort of material. Who knows?
I got you. Okay. So you take off your shoes and you slide on it.
Yeah, you do.
And
There you go.
and then they make out in the hallway. Like that's a date, essentially.
that's
the
right.
date is take off your shoes and slide down the
Yeah.
hallway. All right, now we're getting to know each other.
There you go.
Cool, great.
Yeah, wee.
I think maybe in somebody's head that scene was better than what it ended up being, because it just looks just like meaningless and dumb. And anyway, So that happened, but
Yes.
point being,
Point is,
he then pretends to be like, "Hey, we're making out. This is awesome." But
no,
his
I think he
real
was
point,
actually making out.
Well, true. Good point. He wasn't a pretend make out. But point is, he lets his ulterior motive come to fruition. When he's like, "By the way, you weren't on that ship."
Yep.
You know, he didn't get caught up in the moment enough to be
Yes.
like, "Hey, this is cool. I won't bring this up."
Yes.
It's like, no, actually, this is why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So, she gets angry, stalks off.
Yeah, he does say though that I think that's the end of the scene where he's basically saying, "Look here, I'm just a very curious person, you know," and perhaps to suggest that she should be more curious about herself and all that. So,
Right.
You know,
What do you really know about the last 3 years? Because she doesn't realize she's only been alive for 3 years.
Yes.
For instance. And as the creepy sister Rizzo says, she was placed here for a reason.
Yes.
What is that reason?
Yeah.
Why
What is it?
she
Why
here?
it's going on?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
A theory that one of our commenters mentioned, Justin Parker. This is not Justin Parker's theory. He was careful to mention this.
Well, okay. Thank you, Justin Parker.
But he pointed out that there is a theory going around
Yes.
that we were talking about perhaps that Romulans originated as synths. He's like, based on the canon, that's a little tricky to kind of work around. So apparently the more popular theory at the moment is that somehow the Romulans are responsible for the creation of the Borg back in the day. I also think has problems canonically because
Why?
I feel like the Borg way predate the Romulans.
Why?
But maybe I'm wrong. Just remember that when the Borg were first showing up, this is back in Next Generation, and like Guinan was talking about it. It was like, oh yeah, they've been around for, and she threw out some obscenely large number.
I think she did.
And it was like, oh, okay, so these are like, whoop.
Right.
But, you know, time travel does exist in this realm. So.
Sure, and also, too, maybe she was wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, so there's a thought out there, apparently, that perhaps that's our Borg-Romulan connection. Obviously, there is a Borg-Romulan something happening.
There is something going on.
And one of these theories is
yes.
Romulans created Borg. I'm
Wait,
not so sure.
why is it obvious that there's a Borg-Romulan connection?
In this show, for this show, there is some kind of a connection between...
Okay.
I'm not saying necessarily overall.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. I thought you meant, like, obviously from the beginning.
Yeah, no. Sorry. And this particular show...
Yes.
Those are your two societies. That are
it would be... Yeah, it would be funny if the only reason why we had both Seven of Nine and Hugh in this was because they're on a Borg ship. It's really about these synthetic people and not about any Borg.
Right, that would be this like whoop, whoop, switcheroo.
Yeah, like so they're obviously setting something up.
Yes.
So
you brought the two Borg characters.
Yes.
into this show.
Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah, you're right. No, it's actually about Data, and it has nothing to do.
That's all. No, they had to be somewhere.
They bring Data back.
They're just in the cube for That's all. That's
yeah. No, we're fine.
Oh, one thing that irritated me.
Okay.
Was the whole hey, I have to get these. Picard goes to the planet to get a rogue nun or a warrior nun to help him, and he's had to convince them to. You can't just here's some money.
Right.
They
you
have
to make them pledge.
Yeah, make them pledge. Make them want to help you, and so little elf boy says, "No, I don't want to help you." And then, because he didn't want to see him die, he jumps to his aid and says, "I am pledged to him. I will pledge." And so he's like, "Okay, fine." Wants to get on the ship. You will not kill anyone.
He was very upset that he actually beheaded the guy.
It's like, who are you to say? He should have killed him right there. I can get out of this pledge this way.
That's true. Actually, there is a...
Why did I make that promise? Why?
There's a loophole in that I don't have to protect you from myself.
Yeah.
So, yay! So you're upset that after taking on this pledge guy, he's giving him more rules, is what you're saying. You should have given him the rules beforehand.
Well,
if you agree, you can't kill him.
Arrogance, it's like, right, okay, I'm going to help you. Well, okay, before you do, let me just tell you that you cannot kill people. So he can say, wait a minute, thank you. Thank you very much for that.
It's like, what is it, Terminator 2, right? When he's like, you can't kill anyone. Yeah. Why? Because it's wrong. Why?
Yeah.
You just can't. So I'll just shoot people in the knees and then throw them through plate glass windows. they'll be fine.
They're
fine. I'll chop off an arm.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. So it was a little bit of we see another example of Picard's say arrogance, but when
they get to the planet,
right? He's like, well, didn't you just tell him I was coming? They're like, oh yeah,
that was the first thing we did. Yeah.
So we pay them. We pay them a bribe.
We bribe, which it's like, again, who knows how rich Picard is or what the system of economics.
He
is
hangs out on a winery. I'm gonna say that he's probably.
He probably is well off. It's just
They have pensions. They probably have pensions.
Who knows?
Money is no object in the future.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Unless
you're
fired.
Yeah. All right. So on that note, that's something else we'll just chat about real fast. Is I get in a way that people are mad at him in the present day because he's the face of what went wrong.
Sure.
But man, it seems really unfair to just compound all of the problems from that evacuation, the failed evacuation, on Picard.
Yeah.
It was the Federation. I mean, he's there. He's like, look, they're building ships.
Yep.
We're going to do this. Yep. He had no reason to think it wouldn't work out.
No.
Then he's, when in the middle of fencing with Elnor, he gets the call. What's that, Raffi? What? All the ships are gone. Oh, crap.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, I'll be back. And, then he's like, look, Federation, if you don't pony up with some more ships and some sense, I'm resigning.
Yes.
Fine. Leave. What? Oh, crap. I mean, like...
And apparently it didn't buy him any sympathy when it's like, oh, who are you going to help those, when he does the interview, why are you going to help those Romulans, human life, blah, blah, and then like, oh, it was terrible what happened. We don't care. We just want to kill his ass. We don't care what he says to defend what he did, because he did just leave him up in the lurch. So
it's, anyway, it feels like it's a little bit of a little unfair of society to
kill him.
Just like way anti-Picard. And I mean, he did a lot. Now, you mentioned, though, the good point, which is once he resigned,
yes,
he kind of just,
he washed his
own
hands.
Personal quest, he did kind of seem to wash his hands. And you're wondering if maybe there's another moment we haven't seen yet, one of these flashbacks, where maybe in the middle of his momentum to be like, we got to find another way, a private way, that something else will then tank his efforts.
I think more accurately, I compared it to Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
And the
Last Jedi.
In Last Jedi, where he seemed to go against what he'd done before, and I was fine with that he was going to do that. I mean, I don't. Would it make any difference? Would there need to be a particular scene for you that could have made that okay, where something happened where it would make him feel?
You're talking about the scene where he's. I know we're getting off topic a little here, but the scene where he's about to kill Kylo in his sleep.
Yes, he is.
Ben Solo in his sleep.
Yes.
So I suppose if you'd have set up something, there's probably a scene that could have justified it. Yes. Yeah. There wasn't any scene like that.
No, there is. You just don't know what it is.
Oh, that's true.
So there you go.
Flashback.
That's all.
There's a flashback in another thing.
That's right. One day they'll bring him back just for that flashback.
Right.
So, it would be nice to have some sort of thing, but I think they actually just want us to accept that
he kind of gave up. Although, I would say
I feel
he went to the bounds, to the lengths that I think are past what most people would do. I feel like if that was me, if I'm Picard and I did all those things and I threatened to resign, I did all that stuff and it didn't work out, I think I'd still be able to sleep at night to be like, damn, I did a lot. I tried.
Wait, but you'd stop?
Well, I'm just like, what else can do? I have a ship. I can maybe throw money at buying 3 ships. I don't know, like what. I can make a phone call. I'll call the guy that I know on another planet. Like, at what point is it like enough that he's like, well, the Federation will not help. That's the group that has the biggest, amount of ships, the biggest amount of money and manpower. They're saying they're out. I now have to try to find a ragtag group of other folks. Okay.
Why not?
I'm just saying his inability to do that, I don't necessarily think is like...
Because apparently he didn't even go back to
Guilty!
Yeah, because he is.
Okay.
He didn't go back there. It's like, at least a kid. He could have done something for that stupid kid.
Raffi.
Yes.
It's like, Raffi was like, could have called, could have come by.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, that's just her,
I'm just saying,
I
but
mean,
it's that same idea. She's in very much the same boat.
I think you could reasonably think that okay, she's lost her job, but she'll be fine.
I got you.
But it's not, and that's the bad part that happened to her. But it's not like, oh, these people who are already in jeopardy.
But I'm just saying, Elnor and Rafi are people he was very good friends with 14 years ago and then never talked to again until now.
Right.
Is there another person that we're going to see?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Hi, it's Jerry. Oh, Jerry, I haven't talked to you in 14 years. I know we were best friends then, but please forgive me.
So,
I'm dying.
Yeah, so, it'd be nice if there's some point we actually saw, was it that he was just, so upset over Data, the death of Data, and losing his job, that he really needed to just ignore everything else and everyone else.
What happened after... Let's say in the year after, like 1 year, within 6 months even after he resigned.
All right, so I strongly suspect though that we're not going to get that. We've gotten everything we're going to get.
Okay, I'm gonna say we're gonna see more of that.
Okay,
I think they're not just. It is a kind of a dangling plot point of like what would he have done, given freedom of choice and everything he could possibly do. Wouldn't the Picard we know have done something?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And the answer is probably yes. So why not? I think that question might get answered.
Okay.
Let us know if you think that question will get answered.
Yeah.
But we're all, next week we're halfway through.
That's right.
It's moving.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
So we're gonna do that. We're also gonna be because we covered season 1 of Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon is coming back around on Netflix on the 27th, I think, of February. So we will probably cover season 2.
Why not?
As well.
Sure.
So
there you
stick
go.
around for that, everybody. We'll be back. Any final thoughts? We good?
No, we're good.
All right. See you, everybody.